సో ఇంత టైంలో యువర్ టీమ్ కూడా వాళ్ళ స్పిరిట్ హోల్డ్ చేయడం ఇస్ టఫ్ నో.
I can't even imagine how they did it.
సో లైక్ టెల్ లైక్ ఒక్కొక్క 1 minute about each of them.
Each of
How
them, yes,
how
yes.
like who's the editor,
I bought,
who's the cinematographer? 5 years అట్లా పట్టుకొని కూర్చున్నామంటే అది కూడా ఒక స్కిల్.
So yeah, that happens when everybody has the same need and hunger. That is what something I learned. One of the most important ingredient to have your team is your team should have a hunger, not as much as you, but at least closer to you. Luckily, all my team has that hunger. Everybody did everything. So because I didn't work in a formal Telugu, what you call shooting atmosphere or any film atmosphere, I don't know how it's actually done. ఏ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఎవరు చేయాలి ఏంటనేది అసలు నాకు తెలియదు. అది తెలియకపోవడం వల్ల వీళ్ళందరినీ చాలా 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 కష్టపెట్టేశాను అనమాట. అసలు వెరీ స్టూపిడ్. ఐ ఫీల్ ఐ డై ఇన్ గిల్ట్ ఈవెన్ టుడే, నాట్ knowing that there is going to be a set boy who can do that, not knowing that there is a costumer who can do that. But because of that, we accidentally created something really new and something very tactile. So the core crew unnaru. I think maybe once you see the images, I'll show you, I'll describe each individually about the strengths. So the editor, my biggest support is there's someone called Pratyush. He's like beside me for all this process and mata. I just started to involve him as a writer, as a dialogue writer, because I thought my strength is not Telugu writing dialogues. So I wrote my script, I wrote English. So I wanted someone to write Telugu dialogues. And I bought him and he started writing Telugu dialogues. But the way his involvement went into it was so deep, I finally decided I have to credit this guy the screenplay credit with me, or else it will be very injustice. So he also
He worked with you on
from getting a costume to locking a cut to figuring out what is that VFX layer that has to be there, to every decision he's my bouncing board, and he has been sustained all these years, not going any other opportunity, no pay, no nothing, surviving bachelor lives, all that thing. And I don't know how to. There are a lot of other guys like that, but luckily some of other guys slowly వాళ్ళు ఆపేసి వాళ్ళు వేరే సినిమాలు కనీసం లాస్ట్ 1 yearలో అయినా వెళ్ళారు వాళ్ళు. This guy didn't go. So he was there and he was involved. It's not like he's just idle. Every problem solving, he was there. And Karthik, like in years money responsibly పెట్టుకొని అది it's very hard to mentally even empathize with such a state sometimes. It's traumatic.
But that's crazy, man. Like in any other field, you would be called a madman. No, I mean, like I say that in the nicest way. Like filmmakers are essentially, there is a certain madness to this whole thing, right?
True.
Which you can't explain to anyone. Like how do you explain to somebody that,
I think that's what in any field, when you want to break some mold, I think the madness is the ingredient. When you want to do something, you want to do something which hasn't been done, it is madness. Madness is required, sadly. Your idea have to sound mad initially. That is when it can blow it. If it is not sounding mad, then it is going to be an okay idea.
Correct.
So that is a good ingredient when someone is stupid and all.
Anything you could have, like, you would do differently if the journey started again, or the movie?
Differently? No, I think that's the beauty of art. What happens is any art represents that artist's mindset and limitations and resources of that time. If you ask James Cameron what he would have done for the Titanic, no, he will tell you. But that the perspective always going to be that film represents that time, that resources, that aesthetic of the art. That's it.
Correct.
That it represents that, it captures that. So it sustains like that. So there is no, in that way Gaami captures all of that.
Correct.
So luckily, whatever we were not following any market trends. Usually to make a film, you have to be conscious of the market trends.
Yeah.
But we were being ambitious. So luckily that ambitious is always ahead of market, any ambitious film. So luckily somehow that made us survive and make it still interesting even after these years. If we were not ambitious and we were just trying to meet that era of market, వీ వుడ్ బి కాల్ స్టేల్. అరే నువ్వు 5 ఏళ్ళు వచ్చే సినిమా అప్పుడు తీస్తున్నావు ఏంట్రా అని అంటారు. బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ గైస్ సీ ద విజువల్, నో వన్ ఈస్ సేయింగ్ దట్. దే ఆర్ సేయింగ్ ఇట్స్ గుడ్, ఇట్స్ సర్ప్రైజింగ్. వాట్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఐ కీప్ సర్ప్రైజింగ్ దట్ అరే ఇది నిజంగా 4 years బ్యాక్ వచ్చింటే ఎలా రియాక్ట్ అవుతుండ్రు, ఇప్పుడే ఇలా రియాక్ట్ అవుతారంటే 4 years బ్యాకే షూట్ చేసాం, అప్పుడు రిలీజ్ అయ్యి ఎలా ఉండేది.